Welcome to another episode of Work Life Compass, where we explore the journeys of job seekers and immigrants in Canada. Today, we'll dive into the mental health advices for immigrants and job seekers. Welcome, Nikita.
Thank you for having me on the podcast, Mariia. I'm excited to be here.
Thank you very much. Actually, it's our second podcast. When you will have a minute, please listen to our first episode with Nikita. So it's good to have you again. So let's start by discussing the challenges that immigrants often face when they arrive in new country and start looking for a job. What are some common mental health challenges do you think they could have and they observe?
Like being a new person in a new country, like an immigrant, I think you face a lot of uncertainty and stress. Like job search process can be so long and unpredictable. So it can lead to more stress and anxiety. And, also the financial instability that you can have along with it. Also the fact that you don't hear back from a lot of applications, like a lot of organizations, and just like the rejection and just the lack of feedback. It's just disheartening, sometimes, and there's no constructive feedback as to how you can improve on your next application. It can only lead to more of a self-doubt, and it decreases your motivation as well, I think. So I think these things can be challenging.
Yeah, absolutely. Job search process itself, it's incredibly stressful and leading to feeling of anxiety, depression, and sometimes even sense of hopelessness. I hear every day from many of the clients that they've been applying for 50, 70, 100 jobs per day. And it's crazy numbers. And for sure, it's very stressful. They're afraid from rejections. And the worst thing that sometimes the employer doesn't answer to them and they don't know. Immigrants and refugees, they are going to the feeling of unknown again, because when you travel to a new country, you have this kind of unknown feeling. You don't know what is waiting for you there. You don't know what you can do on this kind of situation. So the job search is one of the biggest challenges, I believe, because the settlement situation is less stressful comparing to the job search. Absolutely.
Yeah, because it adds on to your fatigue, constantly tailoring your resumes, writing those cover letters and filling out the application. It can be so much time consuming, and it's just repetitive. It kind of leads to burnout as well. Like, as I said, finding a job is also another full-time job. It can be too stressful if you don't have enough support, like mental support, even like financial support.
And what advice would you give to immigrants who are feeling overwhelmed during their job search, like from the professional side?
So for support, you can seek guidance from, I think, your friends, your peers, because that kind of mental support is necessary. And also, if you have a mentor or an advisor who you can reach out to, that can help as well, who can give advice on your job search strategy, building your resume. And also your peers can help you in those things, even your friends. So when I'm writing an application, I just pass it on to my friend who can just proofread it for me. And it kind of gives you a little bit of self-confidence that, okay, I'm on the right path. Also, just considering, because it can be so demoralizing, the whole job search process, I think you should also reflect on the fact that it's not only about your job. Your life is not only about your job. You have other things outside of a job. So taking care of yourself in those areas, small things also count. So for example, just going out to meet friends, taking care of your mental health that way, maybe going out to the gym or just going out for a walk in the nature, taking care of your physical health. And all those sorts of things can be helpful. If you like meditating, even for 5 minutes, that also lets you bring back your focus to the whole, what do I want from this job search process? And just think about it like a more focused way. So that can be helpful as well.
Thank you so much for sharing. It's a great tips. And do you know about any specific techniques what people can use when they are in stressful situation? maybe something like 5 minutes meditation or like something similar what they can do, like maybe breathing, maybe any kind of other technique for the mental health to support themselves in that stressful situation?
Oh, yes. What I used to do is just drop everything and just go out for a walk. I really like listening to music, and I think that calms me down. Any music, whichever you like. So just go out for a walk, listen to music for 5-10 minutes. Even like laying down on a bed or anywhere, just like on your mattress, is just so soothing. And I think just like focus on your breathing for 5 minutes, just like the inhale for 4 counts, and then hold your breath for 4 counts, and then again exhale for 4 counts. I think that can also help you reduce your anxiety and your stress in that moment.
Yeah, it's very helpful. I'm practicing the box breathing, square breathing, and I'm suggesting to my clients too. It can help with panic attack, anxiety, and music. Really, it helps a lot. Sometimes I'm listening to Linkin Park, Rammstein, like Italian hard, like very like loud music. And when I've been taking the public transit, like I had a lot of anxiety too, because it's a lot of people around me and everybody have different kind of energy what they bring, and I feel distracted a lot when I hear like a lot of conversations around me, and it's another part of stress additional to what I have every day. And the music was very helpful to distract myself a little bit, to help myself, and I found out that it's really working, because in even 5 or 10 minutes it gives you another kind of mood. Before different kind of meetings, I listen to the music for a couple of minutes too, like just to set a mood for myself. Sometimes when I go to work, I don't have like very good mood, and then I listen like to my favorite songs, and I feel like my anxiety is leaving, and then I start to feel different kind of feelings in my body that is not that stressful anymore. And what usually helped me too on very, very stressful situation, to find the colors around yourself. So on the beginning, you have to find 5 yellow things around yourself, then 4 green things, then 3 blue things, 2 orange things, and 1 white. You can mix the color, you can see which colors like more around you, and to focus just on that. And it helps you to realize where you are at the moment, and to be distracted a little bit from the emotions that you have. It's sort of the feeling, I am here, I am now, and like reflecting on my feelings.
Yeah, because you go down this spiral when you have a anxiety or panic attack. So it's important to get yourself back to reality, like this present right now. And so I think this like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 helps in that. Yeah.
Absolutely, because there's a lot of things that we're dealing every single day that which is not easy, and everybody have different kind of challenges, and especially immigrants, refugees, and the people who just new to the country, the newcomers. They don't know anybody. They might not have family and friends. They don't have anybody to talk to, and it's very important to build a support, to become support for yourself. Do you have any tips for the people who have no support in new country and they feel lonely? What they can do?
Yeah, sure. So I think we don't really, seek support actively sometimes. It's kind of like a stigma because people feel like, oh, seeking support means I'm not strong. But being vulnerable is being strong. So just like actively going out, seeking that support, maybe just tell your friends or your family, or if you don't want to talk to people who people who know you, just go to therapy or find support groups, to share your experiences, because support groups might be places where you can find those similar experiences and learn from each other. And that's how you would receive more encouragement. I think sometimes external support can provide a more fresh perspective and it can help you stay motivated. So I think you just have to actively go out and reach out to people yourself. Just socialize, network. If you're going to college as an immigrant, then just talk to different kinds of people. Just be actual, I think, and maybe you'll find your best friend, who knows? And then I think that would be more helpful further in your job support as well.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for this great advices. And what do you think about the journaling?
Journaling. Yeah, journaling is so helpful. I think not a lot of people do it, but just writing down your emotions, it really, it gives you some sort of freedom. The things that you can't say, you can just write down and just pour all of your thoughts on that page. And when you read it again, you see like, okay, now all this is external. So you can actually focus on it and just, it gives you more fresh perspective instead of, just having those thoughts in your mind. I think journaling is a very good way to just pour out your emotions as well.
Do you have any suggestions what people have to write about or what they can write about?
For journaling, not really. It depends on what your goals are with the journaling. I keep journals it could be like a daily 5-minute thing, so you can write what happened during your day and maybe goals about your future, or maybe just journaling about your dreams, your aspirations, all those sorts of things. So it really depends on what your goals are with journaling. I also have a gratitude journal that I keep because sometimes we really forget to, be thankful for all the small things that we have. So you can include entries about things that you are grateful for. Not each day. You don't have to do it every day, but whenever you feel like it, and just focus on those positive aspects that are happening in your life. That can also help you shift your mindset and reduce stress.
Yeah, that is awesome. Like you mentioned about the gratitude, like it's very important to remember about the things what we're grateful for, even the small things. I recently watched the webinar of one of the business coaches, and he said, keep journaling. It will help you to reach your dream faster and reach your goal faster. Every day, set up a challenge for yourself for the next 29 days and keep journaling. Every day, write 3 things that you are grateful for. Write 3 things that you learned that day and 3 things that you improved on that day. And after 29 days, you will have a lot of things to remember, and you will find out if you got closer to your goal, and if not, so appreciate yourself because it was the goal. Goal was to appreciate yourself and to yourself and try to find out how many times you was grateful for yourself in this 29 days, which is very important. Forget to appreciate ourselves and to tell ourselves, thank you for being an amazing person. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for trying to make the best version of yourself every single day. So we forgot about that. But if we will keep journaling and if we will write it down, so we will remember even on the hard times, you will open the journal and you will see that you have a lot of things to be grateful for. And I think it's the same thing. And I want to buy a new notebook for myself because for each kind of goal, you need a new cute notebook. So right, that's the nice thing. So I think that I'm gonna try this technique because I did that before, and since I was a child, I've been journaling things too. Like I had the diary, like where I've been writing all my emotion and what happened like on that day. And I had a separate notebook where I've been writing all the things that I want. As a child, I wanted a cute dress and I wanted some kind of toys. I wanted to go somewhere to eat something nice, like more ice cream, like ice cream for the breakfast, like those kind of things. And I've been writing down all of that. And I've been writing all the things that I would like to buy or to learn. Like I believe till 25 years old, like from 7, 8, like till 25. And then I stopped and I thought that I'm too adult for that. But something happened like interesting, like a year before I came to Canada, I started to write it down again. And I had a list of 10 things, which I discussed with my friend from Germany last year. And I found out that 10 of these things that it came true. I write it down and it came true. I don't know how it works. It just your brain start to work on that, and the universe told you write it down, you need that, and if it's good for you, you will get it. And I found out that I get it, and some of the things it was not exactly how I write it because it wasn't make sense on the way how I write it. One of the things that I wanted a white car, but I didn't write which one. So my first car was white, and it was my first car in life. So
Amazing.
yeah. So when you write your goals and or your dreams, be very specific in what you want.
Yeah, I think that's the key. Also, it reminds me of, having those vision boards because sometimes people don't want to write, So you can just incorporate pictures or like drawings, charts, mind maps, all those sorts of things to pen down your thoughts and feelings. It can sometimes be more therapeutic for some people than, just writing. And then having that vision board in your room somewhere or in your workspace, and then it kind of reminds you the goals that you're working on.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great advice because especially like for people trying to build their career, who try to reach their dream and to kind of like visualize, like to understand where you go in and what is your goals like. Because when we do know our goals, it connects to everything. When we do know our goals, we understand how to build the way to this goal step by step, like with the small steps we understand. Because if you want to travel somewhere, you need a GPS and you are your own. And if you're don't know where you're going, how are you gonna get there?
Yeah.
And I would like to ask you more about your background in industrial and organizational psychology. What is it? Because not many people knows about that. From the first sight, you understand just the word psychology. It's not easy to understand. Can you tell a little bit more about that?
Sure. So industrial and organizational psychology is closely related to HR, if people want to understand it, but it's not really HR. I think HR is more under the umbrella of organizational psychology. How I like to explain it usually is comparing it to, safety inspectors and firefighters. So HR are like firefighters. They would help you during some sort of emergencies. And OD is organizational development, they are the safety inspectors. So they come and do the safety check before any emergency occurs. So just looking at the culture of the organization, the climate of the organization, succession planning, career planning, and leadership development, and all those sorts of things. So that's how you can differentiate the two. There are many things that overlap as well with HR and OD, but I think this is kind of a gist of what is different with HR and OD.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much for sharing, because I meet a lot of people who have similar education, similar background, and it's always good to know exactly what these people do, because when you see like the word psychology, you think, oh, this person with mental health side like might be, and then you understand more. That is a very important thing, and it's good to have this background like when you work as HR manager or talent acquisition. It's always helpful to have those kind of background and to have understanding.
Yes, a lot of people don't know what IO psychology is, and they're always intrigued by it. They think it's psych, as you said, like, and the first response is always like, you can read minds. And I'm like, no. That's not what psychologists do.
And I have another question for you. What do you think, what role does continuous learning and professional development play in the maintaining mental health and advancing in one's career?
Continuous learning is very important according to me. I love learning. It doesn't have to be something in your field. You can learn anything you want to, but that aspect of your life is very important. It is very important for you to be adaptable and just move on with the times. And also, what I generally do is just look for free courses online. If you don't have, if you don't have money to get those like big certifications and everything, you can just start with the smaller ones. At least it will create like a foundation of knowledge for you. And it will also give you that positive feedback, because you're stuck in this negative feedback loop during your job search because nothing is happening for you. And then it creates more mental stress. And because you have mental stress, you can't really apply for jobs because it gives you the whole burnout. But, just these small things like getting a small certificate on LinkedIn or like Coursera or somewhere, it can really help you just move forward. And then it's like another thing that you can add in your resume. So it's like a win-win situation where you're learning and it is useful for your professional development areas as well.
That's a great advice. I'm always advocating for professional development, for more learning. And as a newcomer, I didn't have a lot of money when I came to Canada, and I understood that I need more knowledges and I would like to learn something new. And then I remember what I did back home. I've been taking different kind of online courses and classes when I've been starting my own business back home. I needed the strong sides for marketing, for promotion, for sales, for e-commerce, and I needed a lot of knowledges about social media. I started Instagram when it was like newly fresh and was not that much people selling stuff, like doing many things in Instagram. But I said, I'm going to learn everything I could. And I started to watch different kind of webinars, different kind of influencers who could share information and resources. I've been collecting information from everywhere I could, and then it was different kind of webinars that I could listen, and of course they had courses, but they was very expensive. So I said I will try to get as much information as I can for free, and then when I will see interest in some of the subjects like more, I will try to pay for that and I will try to buy these courses. So which is happened later when I already knew what exactly, because if we'll talk about social media, so it's a huge industry and there's a lot of different things what you can do, a lot of things what you can learn in different ways. And I needed to find my focus, what exactly I want to learn and where's my strong side of that, what I understand the best and what is less, what I need to improve. And then I try to improve that. And it works. The same in Canada. When I came here, I found out, I have a gap in some of my skills for the workplace. So I need to improve that. So I found a lot of courses online, on LinkedIn and on Coursera too, on Udemy, a lot of webinars that I could watch. And I attended different kind of webinars from nonprofit organizations too, to gain many knowledges. And Vancouver Public Library, they have great webinars. You can find them online and it will just give you understanding of some of the industry. And they also invite different kind of writers to give a workshop or to share their books and knowledges. And they invite different kind of professionals from different industries. And you can find all this information by research. I think that the main research will be the LinkedIn. Just go and find professional that you would like to work in their industry and take a look which certifications they did. And most of them did a lot of online courses too. So you can do your researches based on that and find out what they did. And just to give you an idea where to go for those certificates, because Some of them will be online for free, some of them will be low cost, and some of them will be for sure expensive, but it's up to you. But professional development, it's one of the most important thing, and it gives a lot of confidence when you have more knowledges, and more knowledges you have, like more comfortable you feel yourself in company of different kind of professionals.
So yeah, those are really great tips, Maria. I think I'm going to use some of them too.
Thank you. I have more.
I know you do.
Okay. Do you have any final advices or thoughts that you would like to share with our listeners today?
Yeah, just being like compassionate to yourself during the whole job search process. I know it can be mentally taxing, so just being kind to ourselves, because generally we are kind to other people, but we forget to be like more compassionate towards ourselves. So kind of practicing that self-care, prioritize yourself, the activities that can, help you nourish your well-being. So whatever makes you happy, just do more of that as well. Just take some time off for yourself, recharge, and then that can kind of help you maintain a positive outlook during this whole process.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much for all the insightful responses and valuable information that you shared with me and our listeners today. And it's been a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure being here, Maria, for the second time.
We're going to invite you again.
Yes, we'll find something to talk about.
For sure we do. And that's it for today for the Work-Life Compass episode with Nikita. And if you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe and leave us a review. And until next time, take care and keep navigating your career journey with confidence. Thank you to our listeners for tuning into another episode of Work-Life Compass. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review if you enjoyed today's episode. Until next time, stay inspired and keep navigating your work-life journey. This is Mariia Elsayed, signing off from Work-Life Compass. Take care and keep moving forward.